Hi, this is Edo Cabrera here in Manassas, Virginia. There are so many exciting things happening online with crypto, with DeFi, with DApps. I'm going to tell you all about that in a moment. But before that, let me tell you, I'm a retired New York City teacher. I've been online for over 11 years now. I retired in 2010 from as a teacher. And I've been working with crypto since about 2012. So I've been at this for a long time. And the developments that have been going on are extraordinary. So many ways to make money. Right now, there are over 10,300 different cryptos. But when you go to evaluate these things, you should really have a certain criteria. And you should definitely build something that has value, something that, or if you're going to get into crypto, buy crypto that is being used, that has a purpose, that is being built on, that not only are they just buying and holding and trading, but also that there's a community behind it and that is being built for other things. For example, Ethereum is not just a coin. Ethereum is a transference of information. This is where they build smart contracts on. And now also the Binance coin. The Binance coin started back in January for about $16, or it went up to $16. It is now it went up to about 450. It has now dropped down a little bit. But the point is that you want to find a coin or a crypto that has a purpose and has a value. Now I want to tell you a little bit about those in just a moment, but let's start with a couple of definitions. For example, what is a DeFi? This is the people's decentralized financial system. Now, this is a whole new way of earning money and of creating income. So let's talk about that. So DeFi is short for decentralized finance, which is a financial system that does not rely on any central financial intermediary, such as a brokerage or an exchange or a bank, like the traditional institutions we now use that we all accustomed to, and that's what we've known all of our lives. So a DeFi is a smart contract is built either on Ethereum or Binance chain, which are programs created without any central controlling entity. It's like a financial software built on the blockchain that can be pieced together like money building blocks, let's say. So let's go. What is a DApp? A DApp is a decentralized application, which is a software application that is not hosted on a centralized server. Nobody controls this, but instead it's on peer-to-peer decentralized network. It's like cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is peer-to-peer. There is no intermediary. So if we put those two together, we get NRGY. NRGY is a decentralized or DeFi system that is built on decentralized applications, DApps. So let's talk about that for a little bit, because I think NRGY is one of the up and coming, not only cryptos, but these platforms that we're going to be building the apps on. Let me tell you all about that. I'm really excited about it because I think this is going to be huge. And this has only started about 3 months ago. So we've already said that NRGY is built as a smart contract, which is basically a financial system that we're building. Now, when they built NRGY, there are no developer advantages. No one got some extra coins to put on the side so they could influence the system. Everything was done on a level playing field. So everyone who came in, the developers, the people who created this, they all had to come in on the same level playing field. Now, everybody who comes in is what's called a liquidity provider. In other words, you are providing the liquidity for the system. You are the one, the monies that are coming in are the monies that are going out. So, and all of that is in the contract. A smart contract, no one can influence a smart contract, or in other words, no one can get in or get out. And this particular smart contract has already been audited by a third party. That's what it's very important that you get audited by a third party, so they check to make sure that the algorithm that you've created, there are no backdoors for that algorithm. So anytime you get into a smart contract, don't think that that's the end all and be all. You must have a third party sort of investigate and make sure that there are no funny business going on later in the future. Now, another thing, in order to be totally decentralized, you have to go on what's called the IPFS, which is the Interplanetary File System. It is a file system that is peer-to-peer. It is again, there's no central server. There is no place that you could go and tap into this information. That's what makes it decentralized. Here's another thing. We know that Bitcoin is only they're only going to create 21 million Bitcoins. But we're going to only have about 4.3 million minted. And minted is different because Bitcoin is mined. So Bitcoin has to use all this energy in order to mine it. We have a schedule of minting, which will only be produced if what we've created is used. So we're not going to flood the system with coins that are not being used. So that the scheduling, the minting schedule is set so to make sure that everyone is, the system is using the coins that we already have, and that it's burning some of the coins when they unstake and they do things like that. Some coins will be burned. So there's not always, it should be a little less than 4.3 million, which is very important to know that. Here's another thing. You have total control of your money. Once your money goes in, you can take it out at any given time. And that's very important, and no one, this is not going into someone's account. No one is holding this for you. This is basically in the smart contract. It is available to you at any time that you want. This is built on DApp. So we have developers who are building decentralized apps that are going to, and I'm going to tell you all about that because that's the most exciting part, is that this coin is being used for various DApps, or for various decentralized applications. That's what we're building on. It's like having a building, let's say, and each floor is another DApp. So we're building up a skyscraper full of decentralized applications, which will all be using the NRGY coin. This is amazing because now we're giving it purpose. Now I'm going to tell you about the DApps we have, which are extraordinary at this point, and that there are more DApps in the future coming up. We also have what's called a two-tier community system. In other words, when you come in, there will be a certain percentage giving to two levels. 15% is given to the first level and 10% is given to the second level. So this is a way of everyone contributing to one another, and you're also earning from the staking itself. I'll tell you about that later. So you're not really giving anything up. You will be getting everything back, and as time goes on. So where do we trade energy? Where do we get energy? You go to what's called Uniswap. In Uniswap, you must use Ethereum in order to get in there. And this is what it's going to tell you. This is an older version. This was back. Remember, energy started for a few dollars. It went up as high as $700. It has dropped down now to about a little over $200. So it's been fluctuating again because of the liquidity. The people who came in at a very low price. When it went up at a very high price, they decided to cash out. And that's basically what it's all about. All the monies that are in there are available to you at any given time to cash out anytime you want. But of course, that affects the price of the coin because it all depends on what is the liquidity in the system. Now, this is what's called the community builder. And in the community builder, you have to use MetaMask in order to access Ethereum, in order to buy the coins on Uniswap, and in order to then list them here in the community builder. This is our first DApp. This is our first application, the community builder, which keeps track of all your coins and keeps track of all the coins in the whole system and everything that's going on in the system. So if we look at you have to connect your wallet to this community builder. Here you'll be able to see how many you have staked, how many coins you have, how much you have available. All the information is right here. This will also show you exactly how much energy you have, what amounts you have, and and also you have a community, a an invitation. This is where you get your invitation to include other people or to invite other people to this app, to this DApp. If you want, you don't have to do that. And I'll tell you more about that in a moment too. But let me tell you about a couple of the apps that we have right now, DApps. And when I say apps, I really mean DApps, because the apps that you have on your phone are not DApps. They're not decentralized. All the apps you have on your phone are centralized. They all belong to someone who created them, who is making money from them. Right? In our DApps, they are not controlled by any one entity. And I'm really excited about this one. This is called Star Stake. Now this is a whole nother way of for musicians. You know, musicians it's very difficult to be a musician and to put your music out there. Now it's a little easier because you have all these mediums like YouTube and things like that. But how do you monetize that? How do you monetize yourself on YouTube? And this is a way to monetize and have total control of your art, of your music, of anything that you put online. This is called a DApp for music. So you can come in, you put in your music here, and now you're going to use NRGY for people to buy the music. They will share in the profits of the music. The people who are in NRGY will also share in this. I mean, I'm not going to go into each one of these because each one will take me 15 or 20 minutes just to discuss it. But just the fact that you now can have your music on a decentralized application. You don't need a promoter. You don't need a producer. You don't need the music industry. You don't need anything. And yet you can have total licensing over your art. That's an incredible accomplishment, which we're producing right here. Another one that we have, another DApp, is what's called a bridge. It's an energy bridge where we're able to transfer coins from one type of coin to another. One of the biggest problems that crypto has is being able to have a coin and then converting it into another coin. So here we're making this much cheaper, almost very inexpensive to trade over Ethereum for Binance Coin and Binance Coin for Ethereum. And we're going to have a lot of other coins that we're going to be able to trade over. Very easy and much less expensive. Here's another DApp that we have. It's called Genie Signal. With Genie Signal, now you are able to trade stocks. If you have if you're in the U.S. right now, we're doing U.S. and we will be adding others. But TD Ameritrade, you go to TD Ameritrade, and this DApp has the algorithms that it'll trade for you. That's an incredible thing to be able to do. So it's just automated. You don't have to do anything other than connect and tell it which stocks you wanted to trade. We will be able to do this with cryptocurrency soon as well. So this is basically on this DApp, on the community builder. This is what's going to tell you the coins that have been produced, what's going on with the coins, how much they're worth. It'll tell you also how many people you have in your community and all kinds of other information. Now, so let's talk about how do you make money with NRGY. So first and foremost, you can just buy the coin. It's around 200 something now, and it's going to go up. So you can just buy the coin and just hold it. So that's what's called hodling. That's the new term, hodl. So you can buy and hold. That's one way of doing it. Now you can also stake those. You can stake any amount that you want, which means you're basically putting it back in the system, and the system, the DApp will reward you, the community builder will reward you for staking it, because this way, again, remember the law of supply and demand. We're trying to reward people for not trading the coin or selling it forward. So if you hold it and you hold it in the system, it will give you a certain amount it will pay you or reward you every week, also monthly, but we'll talk about that. Now you can become also what's called a liquidity provider. Liquidity provider puts in some liquidity, or they put in some energy, and they put in some USDC, and this way you will also share in the fees that are collected from the community builder. So that's another way of making money. Now, for those people who stake 25 or more, if you get up to the point of 25 or more, you now have other privileges. And remember, in the beginning, you can stake any amounts, but once you get to 25, you now have other privileges, and you will be able to share in what's called the INFTs, which are infinity non-fungible tokens. So we're creating what we're calling infinity non-fungible tokens. So the music that we're creating are non-fungible tokens now you're able to earn from that once you've gotten to 25 or more. I'm not going to give you all the specifics, basically just so you understand how you're going to earn in so many different ways here. You can also build your own decentralized app on our system. We're looking for concepts. We're looking for ideas. You do not have to come in with money. You have to come in with the idea, and you have to come in willing to do the work that is behind it. But we have the developers, and we have the facilities and the platform for you to be able to build on. That's an incredible opportunity. Now you can also promote the INFTs. So if you promote them, let's say you get someone involved in the music, and they're not involved in NRGY itself, but if you promote that particular DApp, remember each DApp is a separate business entity, so they all have different terms. So you can earn just by inviting people to get in. If they're musicians, just get into the Star Stake. If they like to trade, they could buy the trading system, and use it, or rent the trading system, stuff like that. So it's just incredible stuff. Now, you also have the 2-tier community system where you're rewarded for inviting people. You don't have to do that, but if you do, it's helping the system, it's helping you, it's helping everybody in the community. So we're sharing something that is of value, that is necessary, that is innovative, that is creative, that is just something that's going to be explosive in the future. I'm so excited about this. It's just incredible. I love this concept. This is just something that's very different. I haven't seen anything like this anywhere online. So where are we now? Where are we? We're about, like you can see here, this is, I put the date there, 6/8/2021. That's today. So right now we're at $212. That's where the coin is at. We have 1.3 in total liquidity. We have about $17,000 in trading for the past 24 hours. So there are people trading this. You can see that there is a community behind it. There is money behind this. So like I said, this has only been around for about 3 months, and it has progressed so fast and so much, and we have built so many things that I can't imagine. So this is where we're going. Where are we going for the future? This is what we see in the future: building more apps, building the community, getting people to understand what are NFTs, what is a decentralized system, how do you participate in a decentralized financial system and in a DApp system. This is an incredible opportunity, an incredible, it's just happening right now that it's just so much. And this is only the beginning. We just created the foundation. This is just a foundation. We're going to build more. And we're looking for creators. We're looking for people with ideas on various apps. And you will share in the earnings of those apps, and the community will share in the earnings of those apps. And I will give you all the details, but this is just to get you thinking about this, because once you start getting this idea, this just opens up the whole world of so many opportunities and so many ideas and so many things that can happen with this. It's an incredible opportunity. I love this thing. I think this is going to be, if you're looking for something where you can really grab onto and build, because that's what you really need. You could of course bounce from one crypto to another, but if you're looking for a community and you're looking for something to build on, this is really it. So I'm really proud to show this to you. I hope if you have questions, please reach out to me or reach out to the person who showed you this so that we can build a community bigger and we can really do something for the future. So this is Edwin Cabrera signing off here in Manassas, Virginia.